Hello, my name is Matthew Tink. In this presentation, I'm proposing a public history lecture from the Minot City Public Library's community lecture series titled Media, Empire, and Public Opinion, the Philippine-American War. This project would use historical newspapers to bring to life one of America's most overlooked conflicts, the war that fought the Philippines from 1899 to 1902. My goal is to show how newspapers shaped American public understanding of the war, framed debates about imperialism, and connected everyday readers to events unfolding half a world away. For a community audience here in Minot, the Philippine-American War offers a unique lens to explore how the Americans once wrestled with questions of national identity, democracy, and global presence, questions that still matter today. This war marked the United States' first major overseas conflict after the Spanish-American War, raising debates that reached into newspapers, public speeches, and small communities across the country. By highlighting these newspapers, the presentation helps modern audiences see how ordinary citizens in the early 1900s engaged with debates over liberty, race, empire, and America's role in the world. Newspapers were the primary way Americans understood the Philippine conflict. Databases such as ProQuest Historical Newspapers provides vivid examples from sensational front-page reports on guerrilla fighting in Luzon to editorials defending or condemning America's annexation of the islands. Some papers framed the war as a mission of civilization or duty. Others described it as an unnecessary act of empire. By exploring these competing narratives, I will show how newspapers acted as a national conversation space and how their coverage shaped public perception of the war's purpose and morality. The lecture series proposed for the library will center on several compelling storylines drawn directly from newspaper reporting. First, early articles on the outbreak of hostilities in February 1899 framed the conflict as a sudden and tragic breakdown of relations between the U.S. and Filipino forces. Second, newspaper coverage of Emilio Aguinaldo, a Philippine resistance leader captured in 1901, reveals how the press shaped public hopes that the war was coming to an end. Third, vivid reports of guerrilla resistance across Luzon and Samar show how journalists conveyed the war's human cost. And finally, editorials from both sides of the political spectrum reveal a nation divided over the meaning of American expansionism. Together, these narratives create a dynamic public history program grounded in accessible and engaging primary sources. This presentation also connects to the city of Minot in a surprising and meaningful way. In 2018, the 20th Air Force, headquartered at F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and part of the nuclear enterprise overseeing the ICBMs here locally at Minot Air Force Base, helped return one of the historic Ball and Giga bells to the Philippine government. U.S. forces had taken the bells during the Philippine-American War, the very conflict this presentation examines. Because Minot Air Force Base operates under the same major command structure as F.E. Warren, the story of the war is directly linked to the heritage of the Minot Air Force Base airmen in our local community. Highlighting this connection helps local audiences see how events from the early 1900s continue to shape military traditions, diplomacy, and historical memory today. In closing, Media, Empire, and Public Opinion is designed as an accessible, visually rich public history presentation that brings the Philippine-American War to life through newspapers that first told its story. And as a final connection to our own community, the recent return of a historic church bell from this war by the 20th Air Force in Wyoming, the same command structure associated with Minot Air Force Base, shows how the legacy of this conflict still reaches local airmen and members of our community today. Thank you for considering this proposal, and I look forward to the opportunity to present it.